What's up, everybody? I'm RJ Huss with Imoto Films, and we are here with Loudmouth MX, a style of intake systems. I'm here with Brendan, is that it?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm Brendan, Loudmouth MX.
What do you guys got here? Tell me a little bit about this product.
What we have here is a high-performance intake system I really think the industry has been waiting for. Basically, this is a Yamaha system. This replaces the stock filter cage in your bike. And it utilizes a clamp-on style air filter. It eliminates rim grease, thumb screw, and filter cage. Makes it super easy to remove from your air box and replace without dropping any dirt into your your intake boot.
Now this here is the air filter, snap on, snap off, very simple, convenient. And you said earlier that all size bikes are the same, so that if somebody else next to you, parked next to you, has that air filter and you happen to be short one, you can steal one of theirs.
Absolutely. The Loudmouth utilizes the same air filter for all the bikes. If you're in a jam and somebody in the pits has a 150 system, you could even steal their air filter. It utilizes the same size flange, so these are universal filters.
Now, what size bikes, are we talking? Can we go anywhere from a 50 to a 450?
Well, hopefully if we get all the applications in the future, yeah, absolutely. Right now we have Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha. All the big bikes, the 4-strokes. And we are working on the smaller bikes. We have a CRF 150 in the house today. And, we're looking for some applications for the KTM 65. We know how much of a struggle it could be to change filters with that. Also with some of the RM 85s as well.
Now over here we have a cover. Everybody likes to make their bike look pretty after the motos, and usually you pull it out, you've got different kind of screw-in covers, rags over the used air filters, getting dirt in there, but this here is built in to go over the flange, so when you're washing your bike, correct?
That's right. If you could put a cap back on the Pringles bottle after you eat some chips, you could do this. It's very simple. Instead of pulling your filter off, cleaning out all the little grooves and all that whatnot, you have our system. This thing literally just snaps right in place. And so it makes it super simple to wash off. Even if you guys are just traveling cross country, you just slap this on there, and you keep your air filters in the back or whatever. It makes it super nice even in the pits with the seat off. But very convenient. We actually call it the mouthwash because it is a Loudmouth system.
Now this here, the flange itself almost eliminates all possibility of dirt getting in, whereas usually you put that little oil, glue, whatever you want to put around the rim to get that seal. This is the seal.
Absolutely. When you put your carburetor into the intake boot, it's not like you're worried it's going to leak dirt. Same thing with this system and your radiator hoses. Essentially, we have a rubber-based clamp, so you're relying on the foam and not actually mechanical error with the rim grease. It's super simple. It's kind of idiot safe, I suppose you could say. So yeah, we got little kids taking over the jobs that the father used to have, and Pop could kick his feet up and eat some wings.
Now you actually have two bikes here in front of the Imoto booth. Can we take a look at these bikes, snap one in and out?
Absolutely. Before we do so, though, I do want to mention that there are significantly huge gains in performance with the system. You're talking torque, horsepower, and instant throttle response. Whether it's the first mod or the last modification that you do to your bike, we are seeing improvements all across the boards.
And you were saying earlier, we forgot to mention that you were working with some riders, and Ashley Follick was riding for you guys this year, national champion. Who else you got?
Well, we worked with Ashley the whole season since she mounted herself onto the CRF 250. We've been doing work with them. We're working with Justin Starling right now. We just did some test riding about 2-3 days ago. Unfortunately, can't be out here today at the races. Slight injury, but he's looking strong, and he's going to make a strong comeback. We also did some work with Motocross Action, Transworld Motocross. Keep an eye out for us. In the November and October issues, we're expecting a seriously great review from what we understand.
Well, we will definitely look for it. Now let's go ahead. Can we snap into one of these bikes?
Oh, you want to do that? I suppose we can. We already have fresh filters on there, but yeah, let me get a screwdriver and we'll do it for you.
All right, well, we'll take a look at these bikes in just a second. That's Brendan, Loudmouth MX, high performance intake systems. Definitely going to want to check it out. Do you have a website that people can look at?
Absolutely, loudmouthmx.com. Check it out.
I am here with Sean, the believer in the Loudmouth MX intake system. Sean, tell me about the system, man. Does it work or not?
It works. My son's told me he's noticed a little difference as far as throttle, and he says it's helping as far as giving a little bit more bottom end torque than what we already have.
Now, what about you being the dad here? I'm sure you get to do all the filter cleaning, and does it make it an easier process?
It's a lot easier. Last night we was changing the filter stuff. I had my filter changed, my air box changed, filter back on, while the guy next to me still messing with a wing nut, changing the twin air filter or whatever, but you know, with the old stock cage. But it's, to me, I love it. It's a lot easier. I can get my hands in there and I can work on it, especially on the 450s. 450s, it's going to be real easy on the Suzukis.
So not even just one fact of that it's giving you more power, but it's also saving you time, letting you work on other things, getting the bike ready for some different aspects of the track, and not as much emphasis on the air filter because you got time, making an instant change like that.
Right. It makes sense. You can get done quicker and get on there and lube change, do what we got to do, check forks, blah, 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 just whatever goes on. You know, there's a lot of stuff to do. Everybody knows there's a lot of stuff to do. And for the dads, I think it's a big difference. It's a lot easier. And like the performance, my son likes it. He's picky.
So you would recommend it all?
I would recommend it. And I'm glad we got it. And I'm glad we met up with these guys, and we're loving it right now. It's pretty cool.
Well, we appreciate your time. That's Sean. This is his RMZ 250F, and he has the Loudmouth MX intake system. Great stuff here. You got to check it out, loudmouthmx.com. What's up, everybody? We're here with Drew and Andrew. These are the CRF 150 Loudmouth MX intake systems. Andrew rides it. Drew, you're the dad, mechanic working on the bike. Tell me about the system, man.
System's great. Increased horsepower, torque, smoothed out our idle real good. We had a little bit of idle problem. Just kind of smoothed it out, made it run real crisp. Real happy with the system.
Now, how about saving time for you? What are you able to do instead? With that time, you can work on other parts of the bikes, getting ready for the race.
Well, with the 150, it has a really small air box and almost runs a 250F air filter. So getting the filter change with the thumb screw was just totally hell. So now even my son can change the filter. Now I'm not even worried about sand getting dropped in there. He can pull the filter off, put the cover on, wash out the air box, put the filter back in within about 5 minutes.
That's awesome. That's great. Now, we actually have Brendan here who we talked to earlier. Brendan is going to walk us through this process. It's a very simple change out, as we saw before we had the snap on, snap off. Well, now we're going to see it in action. Brendan, you going to be able to walk us through this real quick?
Yeah, no problem. Well, it's only take a minute. So we got our 8mm T-handle. You could also use a flathead screwdriver. Just get it in here on the clamp on the filter, loosen it up. You could actually compress this now to get it out, which is convenient. You couldn't do that before, so that's why we're always dropping dirt in. Slip it out. So you can see I can compress it right out of the subframe. You can take a look on in there. Spot on the scene, dude. It is clean. I mean, even though this filter is clean, we did a change prior to, I mean, you have no dirt getting in there.
And it does. It looks spotless in there with the Loudmouth MX air filter system running the clamp over the flange there. Got a worm clamp on there, and then we have the mouthwash so that when we go to do bike wash, it fits snug over the clamp. No water getting in. Don't have to worry about that when you're pressure washing your bike, getting water through the number plates. Very, very neat system here as the flange replaces your old cage. And this here, we're going to go ahead and put the air filter back on just to show you how easy it is. In and out, we're done here. Tighten her up, tighten the worm clamp. Very simple process, saves so much time versus the old wing. This is incredible, Brendan, man. I can't believe you guys came up with this.
Thank you. I'll be honest with you, RJ, that took actually a while. Usually do it a little quicker. However, I mean, you see what you get, you can't beat the performance. You're saving valve train with that rubber seal. You are eliminating the possibility of dirt getting in there. Really great working with us. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Oh, man, no problem. That's the product right there, Loudmouth MX Intake Systems. You can visit the website, loudmouthmx.com.